What is up, y'all? Dubbles at you again. Finally, not that much of a long overdue update. Been hitting up the pawn shops, been hitting up the flea market, of course, and actually got some cool orders and some sales from 88 Films and Kino Lorber. So, really stoked about that. But let's start it off with some of the recent DVD pickups at the flea market. This is Lake Dead, one of the After Dark Horror Fest. Mostly just collecting it for the After Dark Horror Fest movies, so I haven't seen this one, know nothing about it. Might be complete shit. For $1 at the flea market, I picked up Devil. I had a fun time with this flick. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I think it's produced by M. Night Shyamalan, one of the most hated dudes in horror. It seems like polarizing guy. I actually enjoy most of his work, so that's just me. You know, fun little demonic flick that takes place solely on the elevator. So definitely one of those isolated, contained horrors, as JP would like to say. I always like that term for those kind of movies. Final Destination. Picked this up, still fucking sealed, for $1. Cannot pass that up. Yeah, as I said, if you saw my last updates, you knew I was looking for that, so I now have all the Final Destinations. Movie I've never seen. It's been out for a good while, but this is in pretty solid damn shape to be an older snapper case release, and this is The Cell. It really looks like a psychological horror. I remember seeing trailers and that kind of thing for it. Never been a big fan of Jennifer Lopez, that's for sure, but I actually do like Vince Vaughn, and of course Vincent D'Onofrio is a fantastic actor in my opinion, so yeah, interested to check this one out. Then we got the homie Andy, being a bad influence, showed me the deals going on at local Big Lots, or at his Big Lot, so I went to my local Big Lots and checked it out. Lo and behold, Day of the Dead, $3, Scream Factory release. Of course, I already own this classic, all-time great movie, but I really picked it up because it has a documentary, World's End, The Legacy of Day of the Dead. So full-length documentary included. Might be some other little goodies, I'm sure, behind-the-scenes TV spots, some footage with Tom Savini. So good stuff. I mostly got it for the bonus features. Of course, a fantastic horror flick. Got low expectations of this one, but it's practically brand new. And this is the April Fool's Day remake. The unrated cut. Know nothing about it. Got your famous floating heads. It's got the cheesy generic cover that they love doing in the late 90s, early 2000s. Which I think this is a little newer. 2008, but still low expectations, but I'll give it a peep. Recently hit up some orders. Like I said, actually placed in some orders to 88 Films and Kino Lorber, so stoked to check some of their stuff out. But while I was doing that, I ordered Blue Underground's release of God Told Me To, of course by the man Larry Cohen, and so stoked to finally review this. I'm going to be featured on a podcast here in the upcoming months, and that is Cinema Attack. Definitely go check him out. The homie DBougie86, my homie Derek, his podcast, and you got Brandon from Exploding Heads, and you have Charlene from also known as the Spooky Geek on YouTube. So definitely go seek those out. Check out Horrorphilia Family. Check out all their podcasts. Great stuff. 22 Shots of Moods of horror, of course, and Exploding Heads. Really cool horror podcast on there, guys. Definitely go peep them out. Alright, so we're getting into some of my rest of my DVDs. First two are Kinos. My Kino order literally just came today. I didn't expect it to come this soon, actually. Kind of went through some trials and tribulations with these guys. Had to send them an email before they finally processed my shit. But once they processed it, these my releases from came quickly. And this movie is A Candle for the Devil. It really looked like a weird satanic horror. Of course, like I said, this is actually released by Scorpion, but I got it through the Kino Lorber store, so really interested to peep this out. Really just the cover art sold me, and it looked like right in my wheelhouse. Another movie I have never seen, of course I've seen the classic original, and this is The Hills Have Eyes Part 2. Really heard nothing but bad things about this, but I'm a completist, and I really want to own the sequel, of course, and anything Wes Craven. I need to own all his movies. You gotta own all the Legends movies, in my opinion. So, not mad at that. Got that on the cheap. Now, here's some of the DVDs I got from the 88 Films. We have Absurd, which is actually a would-be sequel to Anthropophagus. Probably butchered that, but of course Joe D'Amato, controversial director, of course. Yeah, I know nothing about this, but I know it's a video nasty and always wanted to check it out. Watched this the other day, part of the Italian collection through 88 Films. This is Short Knot of Glass Dolls. Fantastic giallo. Just really interesting storyline in this one. Really different. Basically turning people into, I don't know, I don't give too much away, not kind of brainwashing them or turning them into human mannequins, basically. Just really wild stuff. Amazing soundtrack by Morricone. Of course, if you don't know Morricone, just Good, Bad, and the Ugly for starters, and just countless other great horror flicks and giallos, Italian, spaghetti westerns. Dude makes some fantastic soundtracks. Really just a beautifully shot and cool movie. Short Knot of Glass Dolls. Another one from the director of Cannibal Holocaust. That is Umberto Lenzi, of course. And that is Spazmo. Now, I've heard great things about this one, so I had to pick it up. I believe another giallo. Really interesting stuff. It's going to be reviewed on the 22 Shots of Moods and Horror podcast for Italian month, my favorite month on the cast. And so yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that before the show and see if we can contrast thoughts. And another one I've been wanting to see forever. Well, since it came out, and I guess I couldn't say forever. The release here is known as The Owlman, but us in the States might know this movie as Lord of Tears. So, I just picked up the 88 Films release because it was way cheaper than I could get the Lord of Tears release in the US. So, of course, the region free player, that's fine by me. Alright, guys. Had to grab my movies. My last DVD. Should have showed this first, I guess. Another video nasty. This is part of the Cult Cinema collection through 88 Films, and that is Anthropophagus. Yeah, I really need to pop this in and watch it. I actually started it the other day, but only got like 20 minutes in, and nothing really happened yet, so I was waiting for shit to go down, and I had to go to sleep, but I'm going to finish this probably as soon as this video's over. Always wanted to see it, though. Looks like there's some cool bonus features on this. 42nd Street Memories. So, that should be kind of cool. But yeah, like I said, of course, video nasties. I definitely want to collect all the video nasties I can. Alright, Blu-rays. Let's finish off with the two non-Kinos and non-88 Films. This is Shin Godzilla. Fucking fantastic. I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. Just really takes it back to the OGs. Amazing effects, amazing pacing. You know, you've got beautiful soundtrack and notes from the original Ecophobia soundtrack. Just good shit all the way. Actually picked this up at Walmart for 20 bucks. It's the most I'd spent on a movie in a while, but I ain't mad at it. Another movie I spent a little decent amount on, but was totally worth it because it's one of my all-time faves. And this is The Fog Steelbook, brought to you from Scream Factory. I had never peeped this one out, like the transfer on this one. Like I said, of course, one of my all-time favorites. Just owned the DVD copy forever. I was like, fuck, I gotta upgrade, and this was going for like $16 on Amazon. I couldn't pass it up. So hell yeah, I really like the cover art to that. Transfer looks damn great. Still one of the coolest atmospheres, and just honestly my John Carpenter favorite, and that's saying a lot because I consider him the best horror director of all time. Another movie that's been on my wheelhouse forever. I've needed to pick it up pretty much since I started collecting horror movies. Watched it years ago, and that is Cannibal Holocaust. Yeah, this movie looks way better than it has any business looking. Popped it in. The transfer just looks absolutely gorgeous. Looks like it's loaded with bonus features I haven't checked out yet. I did read through the booklet in here with Eli Roth and some other people that work with Grindhouse. Fucking, just a great release. Of course, from Grindhouse Releasing. Just really dig it. Reversible cover art. 3-disc edition includes the bonus soundtrack. So, fantastic stuff. I cannot suggest this enough. Alright, keeping it along. Let's do the 88 films first. If I can talk a little bit more about these. I've had these a while and actually watched some of these. I actually got another, when I was hitting up that Fog Steelbook, I come across this for $6 still sealed. And this is the Synapse release of Basket Case 2. Always a fan of the original Basket Case and everything Henenlotter I've seen. But I've never seen 2 and 3 from the Basket Case trilogy. 2 was fun as hell. Just fantastic. I love the writing in these. I mean, they're of course cheesy and campy, but you can just tell that he's really put effort into it. There's a certain charm to these. Just some funny one-liners here and there. And really cool effects, man. It really expands. If you're a fan of something like Frankenhooker, some of that stuff, I think it takes elements, kind of the more baddie side of that one, and throws it into the Basket Case universe. Like I said, I really like all the monsters on this. Really cool shit. The Synapse fucking transfer just looks absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so we have some Kinos. Some movies I've always wanted to check out. This is Lisa. Yeah, you got Cheryl Ladd. You've got this, of course, was directed by Gary Sherman. It just really kind of piqued my interest. I'm not expecting too much on it. It was really on the cheap on the sale, and thought, what the hell? I'm gonna pick it up. Super stoked about this. I know the homies Derek and Moods love this movie. Of course, I love this director. Mario Bava presents Planet of Vampires, 1965. So yeah, you got vampires in space, basically. You know, of course, from the I would say the OG Godfather of gore. You know, it's debatable between Herschel Gordon Lewis and him, but good shit. Look forward to checking that out. Another one I've always heard great things about, so I had to pick it up and check it out, and that is The Pit. Said, of course, still released by Kino. See how that transfer looks. Yeah, this looks like a really fun kind of 80s cheesy shit, but you know, you got some boogers coming out from underground, basically. Throwback, I have seen this years ago, back on Turner Classic Movies. I want to revisit it because it really just has a fantastic cast, and I love popping movies like this in late night. This is The Black Sleep. You have Basil Rathbone, of course the man, many men, Lon Chaney Jr., you got John Carradine, and you have Bela Lugosi. Just a crazy cast in this one. just a fun late night watch. I love that kind of stuff. Another one, this one I had heard about back in the day. I've seen the trailers for it, and the cast alone just sold me on this. I had to check it out. You got Vincent Price, you got Christopher Lee, you got Peter Cushing, Desi Arnaz Jr., John Carradine, and this is, of course, is the House of Long Shadows. Just the cast alone really sold me on this one. I cannot wait to check this one out. And last but not least from the Kinos, one of the best haunted house flicks, might be my favorite haunted house flick. This is Burnt Offerings. Cannot suggest this enough. Karen Black and Oliver Reed, of course. Just really atmospheric, good stuff. And of course you got the legend. This was directed by Dan Curtis, but you got the legend Bette Davis in this, so cannot forget her. Yeah, cannot suggest this enough. I can't say anything for the transfer because I haven't watched it yet, but with Kino, they usually put that shit really on point. Alright, so let's finish it up. We've got a few, let's see, 5 more 88s and another random Blu-ray. Slasher Classics Collection. Really obscure slasher I've always wanted to see. Hide and Go Shriek. This was just, oh man, it was really cheesy. I couldn't necessarily say it was a great flick, but at the same time I had a fun time with it. You got Hide and Go Shriek. Really dig the red cases on these slasher collections. Now, however, I can highly recommend this movie, another slasher collection, Nightmares in a Damaged Brain, also known as just Nightmare in the States. Of course, another Video Nasty, just a gory, really kind of psychedelic flick. Some cool, just maniac trip out moments in this, and I always thought just interesting storyline. I like the flashback scenes in this. Yeah, can't beat that. Good gore in that stuff. Which I think unofficially, Tom Savini did actually work on this, but he doesn't take credit for the gore in this flick, which I always thought was kind of interesting and weird. Alright, 88 films released. I just released last week on Body Bags. That is Flesh Eating Mothers. God, just watch that to get my thoughts on this one. Can't highly recommend it, but there is some entertaining things about that flick. And I believe this is from the same director and producers, or it's like some of the same cast worked on this, and that is The Suckling. Really, just the cover sold me on this. It kind of reminded me of It's Alive, like the Larry Cohen flick, but just an 80s, more cheesier version, perhaps. So, let me know your thoughts on that one, guys. I've never really heard of that one before I saw it on there. Another one I released on Body Bags that I consider kind of a little underrated gem. I'd never heard anybody talk about this one. That is the Devonsville Terror. You got Donald Pleasance. Really cool, just kind of throwback witch flick. Uli Lomel, director of the original Boogeyman and other flicks. So, yeah, definitely check this one out, guys. I enjoyed it. I mean, it wasn't, over the top fantastic, but it really kept me engaged, and I thought there was some cool, just some creepy moments in this one. I thought it was a kind of a cool little storyline. And last but not least, got this pickup. Thank you to my girl at FYE. This is We Are Still Here. Really just an ultimate love letter to 70s horror, in my opinion. Really kind of got the Fulci thing going on for it. Atmospheric, demon / ghost flick. Some really creepy moments. Just a well-made movie from 2015. Definitely would have been one of my tops from that year. So yeah, I can't suggest that one enough. Definitely go look at your local FYEs if you see it this cheap. Even with my discount and stuff, I end up getting this for like a little over $3. So, hells to the yeah. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this update. Until the next one, peace.